All right, today we're diving into the incredible journey of a man who went from being, believe it or not, a really mischievous kid in Mumbai to a global icon who inspired millions and millions of people. Yep, we're talking about the one, the only, Sachin Tendulkar.
So the core of his story is this amazing transformation. We're going to see how a boy with just boundless energy learned to channel it, turning him into one of the greatest athletes the world has ever seen. And he earned a title along the way, a title that really says it all.
And that title, given to him by millions of adoring fans, is the God of cricket. I mean, just think about that. For over 2 decades, he didn't just play the game. He was the game for an entire generation. But every legend has a beginning, and his, well, it's surprisingly normal. Okay, so let's rewind. Let's go all the way back to the start. Long before the roar of huge stadium crowds, before all the international fame, there was just a young boy on the streets of Mumbai, just buzzing with maybe a little too much energy. Yeah, that's right. The guy who would become a master of discipline and focus was actually a total handful as a kid. He was known for being super mischievous and, getting into his fair share of fights with other kids. But that energy, right? If you could just point it in the right direction, it could become something really, really special.
And this was the big turning point. His older brother, Ajit, had this brilliant idea. He thought, hey, why not channel all that energy into cricket? So he took young Sachin to a famous coach, a man named Ramakant Achrekar. And that coach, he saw it right away. That rare spark, that raw natural talent that just needed to be molded.
Okay, so this is where the real work started. See, Coach Achrekar knew that talent by itself, it's not enough, not even close. It had to be matched with intense focus, with serious discipline. And he had a pretty unique way of teaching that lesson.
So here's what the coach would do. He'd place a single 1 rupee coin right on top of the stumps. And the challenge for Sachin was simple but so hard. Bat through the entire practice session without getting out. If he could do it, the coin was his. Now, it was never about the money, right? It was about earning the prize of perfection. This little coin taught him to value his wicket, to not get out, and to concentrate like crazy even under intense pressure.
So that little coin, it really became a symbol of hard work. It stood for the daily grind, that commitment to just show up every single day and practice, practice, practice. That's how you turn raw talent into an absolutely unbreakable skill.
And boy, did that hard work pay off. I mean, spectacularly. Over an incredible 24-year career, he made his debut for India at the unbelievable age of just 16. He went on to break massive records, like becoming the first man ever to score 200 runs in a one-day game. And of course, he finally achieved his ultimate dream, winning the World Cup in 2011.
I mean, just stop and think about that debut for a second. He's 16 years old. He's not playing against some local team in the park. No way. He was up against Pakistan, and they're absolutely terrifyingly fast bowlers. We're talking some of the best in the entire world. But young Sachin, he showed zero fear. All he showed was that skill and that courage that would become his trademark for years to come.
But, for all his incredible achievements, one dream always stood just a little bit taller than the rest. And it wasn't just his dream. It was the dream of 1 billion people, winning the ICC Cricket World Cup.
And get this, he didn't just play in 1 World Cup, or 2, or even 3. He played in 6 different World Cup tournaments throughout his career. That just shows you his persistence, right? How badly he wanted to chase down that one single elusive trophy.
And then, in 2011, it happened. It was like all the stars aligned. Right there in his own hometown of Mumbai, in front of his own people, Sachin Tendulkar finally got to lift that World Cup trophy. It was just the absolute emotional peak of a legendary career. The dream finally fulfilled.
So when you talk about Sachin's legacy, where do you even start? You could, of course, start with the absolutely mind-boggling numbers. We're talking about records that might, quite literally, never be broken.
100. 100. He is the only player in the entire history of cricket to score 100 international centuries. Just let that sink in. It's a completely staggering achievement, one that may never, ever be matched.
Okay, how about this one? 15,921. What's that? Oh, just the record for the most runs ever scored in Test cricket. The longest, most challenging form of the game that's played over 5 long days.
And we're not done yet.
18,426. That's his record for the most runs in one-day international cricket. That's the shorter, single-day format. So yeah, he's at the very top of the list for both major forms of the game. Just incredible.
And, his greatness was recognized off the field too. Big time. He received all of India's highest honors, and it all culminated with the Bharat Ratna in 2014. And this is huge. He was the very first sportsperson ever to receive India's absolute highest civilian award. That just goes to show you his impact went way beyond the cricket field.
But, maybe his greatest legacy isn't the runs or the records, it's his character. After he retired from the game he loved so much, he didn't just disappear. Nope, he poured all that energy into charity, focusing on helping kids get access to education and healthcare. Through it all, he stayed humble, proving that real champions, well, they're defined by so much more than just their wins.
So Sachin's story, going from that naughty kid with a dream to a global legend, is just such a powerful lesson in dedication. It's a reminder for all of us that with enough focus, with that relentless hard work, any talent can be turned into true greatness. So the question his story leaves us all with is a simple one. What dream will you work hard for?